already hadn't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that right now. Hit the like button, notification button, so you can get notified when all my videos post on that day. So you can be notified immediately. You can be the first to have the recipe to what we are making. Today we are making a blackberry cobbler. And I'm going to be cheating with the dough. I'm going to be using pie crust. So for my ingredients, of course, we have pie crust, we have lemon. We're also going to be using the zest of that lemon. We have vanilla extract, we have our sugar, of course, we have our blackberries, and we have our cornstarch. I think I said blackberry cobbler. I hope I said blackberry cobbler. But either way, this is our blackberry cobbler. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so we are back and we washed our blackberries. That was 30 ounces. I used 5 of those 6-ounce containers. So this is 30 ounces of blackberries, which is roughly almost 2 pounds. So we're going to get started so we can make our filling for our cobbler. And the first thing I want to do is go ahead and add about 1 1/4 cups of sugar. In here. We'll start off with about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, which is basically our thickening agency that we're going to use. And if we need more, we'll add more. We're also going to add the juice of 1 lemon and the lemon zest. So now we're going to we're adding the juice of the lemon. Just watch out for the seeds. Let's get that mixed in. And now what we're going to do, we're going to go over to the stove and put this in our saucepan and let it cook on low heat for about, I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get over there. So, okay, you guys, we have transferred our filling over into our saucepan. Now what we want to do is bring it to a boil, and then we're going to let it cool so it can thicken. And then we're going to pour it into our pan and put our pie crust on top. And right now we're just kind of smashing up our berries because we definitely need the juice from our berries inside the sauce so you can taste the blackberries. So guys, we're gonna let this kind of boil and heat up, and we'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so what we want to do, we want to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of butter. And our filling is ready, actually. If you see it, we're just gonna let the butter melt, guys, and then after this comes off the stove, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and then we're gonna put it in our pie shell. Okay, guys, so if you notice that my pot has doubled in size, and that's because you got to make sure you taste your cobbler or the filling for your cobbler, because if it's something that you don't like or want to tweak, you can do that before it's all done, and then you're regretting something. For me, I used 1 1/4 cup of sugar, but I felt it was too sweet for my taste. May not be too sweet for your taste. So I added more berries. I added 3 more things of berries to this. and now for me it's perfect. But for you, I would start out with 1 cup of sugar first, and then if you want more, you can add more. So just wanted to show you that real quick. I have to make 2 pies. I have to make 2 cobblers anyway, so this is just going to be for 2 cobblers instead of 1. Okay, you all, so our berries are done. You see how thick they are? Even though I did add more berries, that's okay. I just didn't realize how sweet these berries were already. And that's another thing, just taste it before you add your sugar. But here is we've turned our stove off. And now we just want to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This step is optional. You don't have to have the vanilla. You don't have to have the lemon. You can just do sugar, your thickener, and blueberries. But this enhances the taste a lot. Okay, guys, now we're getting ready to put our cobbler together and place it in the oven. All right, you all, so we are back. And what we want to do now is prep our pan for our filling. And the crust, guys, what I'm going to do, first we're going to put butter all in our pan. Gonna butter it up. All right, so this is our crust that we rolled out. And what you want to do is just kind of make sure everything, and I'm gonna put it up the sides also. I don't want to tear that off because it'll draw up in the oven, because we're gonna bake this shell first for about 10 minutes because we want this crust on the bottom to actually cook a little bit before we set our filling on it. And we're just gonna take a fork for any air bubbles that might come up. Okay, guys, so we're gonna stick this in the oven for about 10 minutes and we'll be right back to finish up. All right, my Neoville foodies, we are back, and we kept our pie shell in the oven for 10 minutes. And you don't have to worry about this getting brown or anything. We just wanted to cook because we're going to be putting our filling on top of this. And we want it with the filling. We still want a crust at the bottom. We don't want it soggy. So that's why we do that. Now, what we're going to do is add our filling. All right, guys, so now we have added our filling. And now what we want to do is put our other pie crust on top. Let's see. Guys, I told y'all I'm not a decorator, so don't laugh at how I'm putting this crust on here. It's gonna work out. What I want to do now is take a little bit of sugar and sprinkle it across my pie shell. And then we're gonna take some slices of butter, just kind of lay it on top. This is gonna help it get brown. Okay, guys, so this is it. Pie shell look a little, but that's okay. The pie crust, it's still gonna be good and you still gonna eat it, honey. Okay, so we're gonna put this in the oven. We preheated our oven for 400. We're gonna set it in there and we'll check back in about 30 minutes. So don't go nowhere. All right, guys, so we took our pie out the oven. We had it in the oven on 400 degrees and we let it cook for 30 minutes. As you see, it's still bubbling around the edges. The crust is brown. We got crust under the bottom. So if you enjoy eating cobbler crust, make sure you follow this recipe. I really think you're going to enjoy it and love it. We're going to post pictures, but first we're going to let it cool off. We're going to put some ice cream with it, honey, and we're going to throw down. Do you hear me? For those of you who haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like and that notification button. And we thank you all for tuning in once again. Be blessed on this Good Wednesday. And remember that you are more than a conqueror through Jesus Christ. Have a blessed night.